Hi, greetings, and welcome to Her Majesty blog, where we bring together the world of pageants with the sole aim of revolutionizing the standards of beauty and creating social development through women empowerment. My name is Stemo, and I will be your host with the most for tonight. Let me give our guest of honor a wave quickly. Please do send me a request to join the live, Liyema. So, as I was saying, if it's your first time watching, welcome. It is within her, which also happens to be our slogan. On this particular series, we go on a journey behind the scenes of pageant queens, founders, directors, you name them, to find out what it takes to be a pioneering woman in the pageant industry. Follow us on all our social media platforms and please feel free to subscribe, to share, to leave a comment. We're there on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and look, TikTok. Like, we're everywhere, guys. Do feel free to support us and show us the love on all our social media platforms. I have Miss Beauteous. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Senior Queen today. Her name is Liyema Mazule. And ooh, guys, she is so gorgeous. Like, when I say someone's gorgeous, when you see them on screen, you know, like because I don't lie, guys. I don't lie, but let me not leave you guys in suspense for any longer. Let me allow her in so you can see the gorgeous queen that is Liyema, and we can get it. Hello, Liyema.
Oh, hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you, queen?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yes, you look so stunning.
Thank you so much. I'm glad.
Oh, you are so beautiful. Like now we see Gucci Uwinele.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Please pronounce for me the name of your pageant. Is it Miss Beauteous? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Well, there's no school for pronunciation, but I think it's pronounced as beauteous. Beauteous, which is the same.
Beauteous.
It's the same as beautiful. So beauteous, beautiful.
Oh, wow. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I mean, the crown fits so now beautiful as it is. So look, let us get straight into our chat. And you know what? We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. And I want us to start our conversation with, a bit of an icebreaker so we can relax before we get into the serious stuff of our conversation, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna play a game, right? And this game is one must go.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Ooh, people are already commenting saying they love your smile. Prudence saying I love your smile. I'm just saying Retseni. Melody saying her smile is just beautiful. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Back to the game. One must go. Crown or sash?
Um, Crown.
Why?
I think I don't know. I think it's because I just love crowns. Yeah.
Okay. One must go. Miss World or Miss Universe?
Um. Oh, that's a hard one. Miss Universe. Uh, Miss Universe.
Why? We want to also know why.
I think it's because I'm a believer of that the universe is I am aligned with the universe. The universe is on my side, and it's actually me against the world. That's what I live by. It's me against
Come on.
the universe is always on my side. So yeah, the universe.
Wow, I love that. And Miss Beauty South Africa just joined as well. Ooh, I'm getting excited. They're supporting you as you are on our platform, and that is just amazing to see your organization really taking an active part in, supporting you. So the last question is, zing, zing, pageant. Ooh, tongue twister. Pageantry or modeling? One must go.
Pageantry or modeling?
Yes, one must go.
Pageantry. Pageantry.
Okay, let's hear why.
I think it's because the idea that I had about pageantry, that it's just about beauty and being out there and being in an organization such as Miss Beauteous South Africa, where you actually realize what pageantry really means. It's more than just being there and smiling. It's about giving back to the community, inter connecting with different people, learning how to, and that's what I've discovered more about pageantry as Miss Beauteous South Africa, as during the journey of Miss Beauteous South Africa. So I think that's
I think you made a mistake. So modeling can go and then pageantry can stay. Okay, yes. Because I'm hearing how okay, let's speaking about Miss Beauteous. But yes, get you totally that look, your choice is pageantry because of the way it has contributed to who you are and holistically to the young woman that you are today.
yes.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So for those who do not know you, my darling, who are you? Upuma P Uyenzani. Look, tell us all the lovely stuff about you.
Am I still audible?
Yeah, I can hear it's raining, but you know what you must do? Just adjust your voice. It's raining, ne?
Yeah, it is. It just started raining. Oh,
Okay. Just,
nah. Okay, let's continue. It
it's
stopped now.
blessings. It's blessings. They come and they stop. So look, if the rain comes again, just adjust your voice. But I could still hear you, my angel. Let's go.
Yeah, I received. I am Liyema Mazule. My second name is Sinako. I'm 18 years of age. I grew up in Mount Frey, and now I am staying in Bizana. I came here in 2017 or 2018, if I'm not mistaken. So now I
All
currently stay
right.
in the Eastern Cape. It's a small town from the Eastern Cape.
Okay, so if you're 18, you were doing matric this year.
No, I'm doing my first year. I'm a medical student at the Walter Sisulu University.
Halala Dogotela, halala Dogotela. Okay, girl. So you finished your matric last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so you finished, so you are turning 19 this year.
I am turning 19. 27th of this month, I'm turning 19.
Okay, you're one of those ones that's birthdays like there towards the end of the year. We see you, we see you. All right. And what would you say is the most interesting thing about you?
Well, I think the most interesting thing about me is how I'm able to integrate things and how I am able to balance things in life. Because Liyema is not just a beauty pageant person or queen. I do sports, I play netball, I participated in the national games back in August, the Star National Games. I have played tennis, I've played karate, I've played many sports. Besides modeling and pageantry, I'm also able to balance between medicine because I've seen this year that I can balance between studies, modeling, sports. I think that's the most interesting thing about me because what happens is that most people who do many things is that they hardly find balance. You see many doctors
Yes.
studying and studying and studying and studying. They do not have families or I don't want to say families, but time for their families or whatsoever. But you always find someone who, if they do school,
Uplifts you.
sports, it's just. So I think the most interesting thing about me is how I'm able to integrate everything and balance everything. Yeah.
Okay, like I like that. You are very multifaceted. You're able to just do this, that, and the other, and got your time management skills On par. Absolutely, absolutely love it. And congratulations on being the very first Miss Beauteous South Africa. I mean, look, you have a big crown. You have a
And
big title to carry.
it's
Like,
heavy.
when they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. So look, you have a very, very big title.
Yeah, it is. It is very heavy. I think most especially because it's my first time owning a national title. I've always been around towns, and now it's my first time owning a national title. The responsibilities now have changed, of which is what I like because I have challenges. Uh,
Mm,
but for now, in this period, I've been busy with school. But now, because I'm done, I'm
yes.
able to start with everything that is required of me. As from now on, I'm moving forward.
So when were you crowned?
On the 20th of November, I can never forget that.
Oh, okay.
I,
So it's still quite recent.
I can never forget that day, mostly because it was so squeezed in between my exams, and it was go to the pageant or I just focus on school. So I can never forget that day.
And look at you. Who would have known? Who would have known you'd be here with us? Like, who would have known? You balance these things really, really well. And as the first Miss Beauteous Senior Queen, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
The kind of legacy that I'd like to leave behind is the one that integrates skills with 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 education. So what happens in our education system is that it focuses more on studying. We have to get it in whatsoever. So the kind of legacy that I want to leave is the one that will integrate, that will put in skills, talents of people. That's why I want to do talents competitions, reading competition, maths Olympiads, to integrate skills. I wanna see different talents so that even the youth can see that there are people who are interested in investing in their talents, and that we can really
Yes.
support Africa that will succeed in life with education, because there are many people with degrees but they are still sitting at homes. So that talent thing, seeing people can make maybe cars and whatsoever, maybe we can take those kids and then we can sharpen their skills, and then maybe they can end up as plumbers. Um, Also, my organization, Iksasa Lethu, will also be focusing on people who are business minded. So I'm bringing together people who are business minded, bringing back the love of business in the youth, bringing back the love of agriculture in the youth. Because what happens is that in this time, what's happening, it's all about getting into varsity, succeeding in life, posting on Instagram. It's all that. It's all that. Looking, setting levels and whatsoever. The love of agriculture in our youth is just it's vanished. So I wanna bring
Yeah.
back the love. We won't all succeed with education, and I think we have to be honest and be transparent with that to our youth and to our kids in the high school. If you don't get accepted in varsity, it's not about getting a degree in varsity, because even if you do get a degree, it's not guaranteed that you do get a job. So what skills you have? What can you use? You can study. You can start your own business. You don't have to be hired. So that's what I wanna do.
Mm.
And that's the vision I have, and hopefully it will be a.
Like ngiyakhathazela on behalf of the next queen that you're going to be crowning, because you are going to be leaving a legacy and a half. And I like what you mentioned about agriculture. I mean, you are in KZN, and you're living in a place that is so, I'm not mistaken, right? You're in KZN, right?
No, no, I'm in the Eastern Cape. The
Eastern
Eastern
Cape, I'm so sorry. But basically in the Eastern Cape and KZN, those are places that are very rich in umhlaba. There's this land to plant and to do stuff that are agriculture related, and sometimes using what's near to you is really, really the best and could be a source of income, as opposed to going out there and searching and whatever, because like you say, not everybody gets the opportunity of going to institutions of higher learning. I just want to say thank you so much to Unke, who gave us feedback about the sound. It wasn't there, but I'm hearing it back now. But yeah, I'm sure it will go away. In Jesus' name, it will go away. Are you still able to hear me?
Am I still audible? I had a bit of network audible.
Yeah, now you're back. You're good. You had a bit of a glitch, kancane, but yes.
Yes.
So, out of all pageants, what made you say, Guti, you are entering Miss Beauteous South Africa?
I did a research about Miss Beauteous South Africa, and I think on the organizer or founder of Miss Beauteous South Africa, on the business app, WhatsApp, she has written the purpose of Miss Beauteous South Africa. So with the visions that I have and that I want to do, I believe that if you want to go far in life, you have to be unlike people who have similar visions as you, so that you have a common goal.
Yes.
So what Miss South Africa is about, it's about finding the youth in South Africa, around South Africa, that is willing to give back to the community, to have a positive impact on the community. And because I stand for that, that's what I want to do. So aligning with Miss Africa will not only give me connections and opportunities to do that, but it will also give me a bigger platform to voice out what I think and what I want to do. And also, I think I can achieve the things that I want to do because the organization's visions and purpose is aligned with my visions and purpose. So that's why.
That is so important, and that makes your execution of your reign much easier because you believe so strongly in the values of those pageants. I see you. You're smart, 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 smart. So, which other pageants have you taken part in? I remember at the beginning you mentioned that this is your first, national pageant that you've taken part in. Which other pageants have you taken part in?
I've entered for Miss Plank, my first event. I've
You miss what? Sorry.
Langeni. Lang.
Okay.
Yes, I've entered for Miss Spears. I've entered for Miss Bizana, Miss Poshi A, and Miss Port Edward. And now I've entered
Okay.
for Miss Beauteous.
Okay, all right. And for someone as young as you, I mean, look, you still have many more pageants to enter, right?
Yes, yes. I think the next stop now has to be Miss South Africa. So I have to be fully prepared for it in terms of questions. Yeah.
Wow. And out of everything that you could have chosen to do, like in the world, why pageants?
Um, well, in the beginning, I never thought I'd do pageantry, honestly, because I was shy and I
Yeah.
couldn't been able to speak English well. And now, perfect, because of the kind of area I grew up in the village. So I never thought I'd do pageantry, but because I started my first pageant and I won as queen, and that motivated me to go into pageantry. And the more okay, there's someone around my place that is called Siso Shonjeta, and she's doing pageantry. Uh, I followed her journey and everything. I started following my favorite. I remember my favorite Miss South Africa is Tamarine Green, Miss South Africa 2018, and the second runner-up.
Yes.
Her journey, and then I saw that pageantry is not just about walking and everything that I thought it was just about. It's
Yeah, there's more to it.
about meeting people of different cultures and forming new connections. And yeah, so that's why I thought, okay. pageantry has to be for me. And that, as I've mentioned before, that I'm a person who likes challenges. So with English being a challenge and having stage fright, I took that as a challenge that I'm gonna do pageantry and I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna practice and I'm gonna do all those things. And I think even being a head girl in my school has also
Zibi, there's the levels, Les. Like, say it lightly. Say it like it's not a big thing. Being head girl, yay, you were head girl, okay? Yeah, yes, girl.
so yeah, that's how I integrated everything, and that's how I put everything together so that I can grow also in the side of able to speak in people.
Right. That is so, so amazing.
And
Huh?
and also with the kind of profession that I'm pursuing, it requires you to be able to talk to people, to interact with people, to understand different personalities of people and stuff. So yeah, I think just so well
Came
integrated.
together. And I see you. I mean, your Miss Essay, which you love, is also like a qualified doctor, as if I'm not mistaken. So you also like, on the same lane as the people that you're really following and that are positively influencing you.
Because the second or the third runner up of Miss South Africa for 2021 was Moratwe Mosima, of which she's a second year intern. So yes, Miss South Africa and doctors.
So WhatsApp group, we always say on a platform that, and I know what we say, ne? We always say you must be a medical doctor and enter Miss SA, and then afterwards, ubheke nje umshado. Very close. You must watch the space.
And that, after that few years or few months down the line, you're gonna have this. That's what's happening with Miss.
That's what I'm saying. Miss SA, we keep saying, look, medical doctor, you just start being on your medical journey. Miss SA, just look, few months down the line, you'll be inviting us to your wedding. But back to Miss Beauteous South Africa. I mean, what are some of the plans that you have for your year of reign?
My plans, it's the Ixasale 2 organization that I wanna have. So in my year of reigning, I wanna open competitions. I wanna competitions that will be not only about reading. It will also be about book treasures, um, word solving problems, puzzles, everything that will include skills that I think I'll also put singing and dancing, but it will depend on the venue because I'm still new in the place that I am in. As I've mentioned that I'm doing my first year,
Okay.
I can't just go all out. So it will depend on the venue if I do get it. So I want to do everything that will include the skills and everything. And of course, the thing that I love the most, charity. So in my year of reigning, it will just be about charity, charity, charity. And if anyone is watching right now, if you want to donate anything, could it be toys, food, money, or anything you want to donate, clothes, anything. I believe in giving. I love giving. And you may never know. You may never know what you give may help. How what you give may help another person. And those kids from those children's home, even if you bring 10 sweets, the smiles on their face, you can see how their face
Yeah.
with the small things that you bring. So yeah, my reigning will all be about charity, 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 and the competitions.
Oh, wow. I'm enjoying this interview so, so much. And you know what? I want to ask for somebody that's watching, right? And that wants to win a pageant like you. What would be your advice to them?
Anti-pageant, anti-pageant, and go for it. Believe in yourself,
Yeah.
enter, believe in yourself, enter the pageant, and go for it. Do not ask for people's advices because most of the time we never start things because what we do is we want to get the opinion. What do you think? What do you think? And somebody else will
Yeah.
tell you, oh, you too fat for pageantry. No, you have a scar. You can't do pageantry. You can't talk in front of people. How can you do pageantry? No, pageantry is for this and this and this. If you don't have money, you're not gonna afford this and this and this, which is required in the pageantry. So don't do it. So most of the time is that most of the time what happens is that we fail, not because we can't do something, but because we do not even start. That's because we wait for someone to approve what you want. So if you wanna do
You're
pageantry, go and
seeking validation.
it's seeking validation because what happens when you don't get, and what happens if those people do validate you and then you don't trust yourself? Those people say no, you can do it, and then you go on that stage, and then you do that you don't make it in that competition because it's obviously your first try. Are those people going to be there to motivate you to go forward? And if it does not come from you, you don't trust yourself, if it does not come from your heart, will you have motivation to go forward? Because pageantry, do not do it if you're just doing it for fame or whatever.
Yes.
There's so much sacrifices, and honestly, you can't waste all those things just for fame because at the end of the day, you may not even end up being famous. So yeah.
I want to give a round of applause the same way as Miss Beauteous is clapping right there in the comments because that was an answer and a half. Like that takes me to Jigama Jiga vibes where they say Ubineleng. I understand why they crowned you because wow, you are such a queen, and what a profound and honest answer. And lastly, our signature question here on Her Majesty organization is, what does beauty mean to you?
With all the different kinds of definitions of beauty, I think my definition of beauty is that beauty is beauty. I think I can say beauty for me is not just about the outside; it's about the whole mind, soul, and body and heart and everything. That's what
Mm,
beauty is about. That point when you finally realize your purpose in life, when you finally see and accept the things about you, I think that is the true beauty. When you do not only acknowledge your strengths, but you also acknowledge your weaknesses and you actually work on those weaknesses. Um, it's about being at peace with yourself, accepting yourself, being at peace with
yeah.
the factors of life around you, but being at peace with who you are, what you stand for. When you finally know your purpose, when you know what you stand for, when you finally accept yourself, that is the true beauty for me.
Okay, and before we have load shedding, I have one more question to ask you because I don't want to let you go. Like you see, I'm enjoying myself so much. I have one more question to ask you. So this is a question that I wanted to imagine. You're on top five, you're in the stage, and Bona, this is one of the questions that they're asking you. And look, it's one of those you're trying to make it to top three and to get this crown type of questions. So I want to ask you, right? If you were president for one day and you were given an opportunity to either implement or amend one law in South Africa that we have at the moment, what would that law be? So you can
Maybe
either implement a new law or amend an existing law.
I think the law that I would implement, looking at South Africa economically, I think what I have to focus on mostly on the economic because the economy of South Africa is going down drastically. So I think the law I'd implement is that if a teenager, I'm sorry if this may be offensive to some people, but if a teenager gets pregnant, the law that I'd implement that teenager gets an injection to those longer period injections of 3 years or 5 years, I'm not sure, yes. They
Contraceptive use.
get those injections, and they have to be forced. It does not have to be a choice. Because what happens is that you find a 19-year-old and 18-year-old with 4 kids, with 3 kids and 2 kids. And those kids, looking at the stats, especially at the Tshwane hospital, the stats is very high on the teenage pregnancy. More than 10,000 births are recorded in 2 years. And when you count that those teenage mothers, I may say, or teenage mothers, they do not have money to support those kids. And it's government that support those kids. So everything goes back to the social grants being given out, the taxes increasing, everything increasing. So we cannot really say we are moving forward if there are people who are pulling us back down. So to improve, we have to limit the number of children that we do have. And the problem we have is teenage pregnancy, because most births now are mostly for teenagers. So the law that I'll implement is that once you get a child as a teenager, you cannot have another child. One. In that, another thing that I do, in addition to that law, I'd add that, you see, we do have clinics in universities, but I'd love those clinics to move in schools, or at least the nurses to visit the teenagers in schools, so that those teenagers who want to prevent and everything, they can do that in schools, especially in remote areas, where they do not usually go to town, or maybe they don't go to the clinic because, I don't know, maybe they're ashamed or something. But for our health system to visit schools to try to prevent teenage pregnancy, because honestly, we cannot afford those kids, and therefore the government that has to feed those kids. When the government, the economy that's drowning. Oh, and that is load shedding for me, unfortunately.
That is jealousy. That is load shedding. But thank you so much. You answered my question so beautifully. The crown fits, and I would crown you right now after answering my question so beautifully. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and for being on our platform. Do have yourself a fantastic evening further, my angel. And thank you so much, Miss Beauteous, South Africa 2022. Gorgeous.
Thank you for hosting me. Have a good evening too.
Have a blessed evening too, my angel. Bye.
Bye.
There you have it. There you have it. The gorgeous Liyema Mazule. Yo, guys, today it's a Miss Beauteous festival. Like, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We just started with the senior, and the junior is coming along at 8 o'clock. So you better be here at 8 p.m. for the junior queen. And wow, that is an amazing interview. Thank you so much for being part of this show. Thank you for watching. Please do share, do like, and do follow us on all our social media platforms. And do vote for us for the Mr. and Miss Municipalities competition that we are on. We have been nominated under our It Is Within Her campaign. So do show us some love by voting for us. Voting still continues up until January. I was just reading a comment from Liyema. Continues up until January. So do keep voting for us, and do keep voting as well for your favorites for Her Majesty Awards. They're currently going on. The poll goes up at 5 p.m. here on Instagram, and on other social media platforms. It's there permanently on Facebook and on Twitter as well. But from me and the team, do have yourself a blessed evening. See you now at 8 p.m. Good night.